It's been over 3 years since Zik released their guide on Spyro Free Any %, a category that really took off in the months that followed. We've seen new strategies, better routing, and tough competition, and I believe we owe much of that to Zik, so thank you. My goal is to showcase the updated routes for both PC and console, explaining certain decisions and breaking down how to perform difficult tricks. I do not claim any credit for these routes. As a runner, I have learned nearly everything I know from the community, and I hope to share that collective knowledge with as many aspiring runners as possible. Each home world will have its own video, and each level will consist of the full PC route, followed by an overview of how the console route may differ. There are a bunch of helpful resources in the video descriptions, such as setting up LiveSplit, general movement guides, and links to a channel consisting of various tricks and strategies. I'm also including some uninterrupted gameplay with loads removed, in case you prefer learning from segmented runs. If you're running on console, everything you need for a console speedrun is pretty self-contained. All you need is something to record your gameplay with. The final timing is based off of the in-game time, or IGT, which is displayed in the top right of the guidebook. If you're starting from a fresh save file, you can also view your time in that save slot. If you're running on PC, you will need to use a program called LiveSplit to show your loadless or load removed time, also known as LRT. As the name suggests, the timer should be pausing at numerous points during your run, while the next area is being loaded. When I started speedrunning, I used a very helpful guide by SmallAnt to get the hang of LiveSplit, which I've linked in the description. SRT has its own auto splitter, courtesy of Dino Pony and their team, which was recently amended by Soboris and Board Banana. This is mandatory for runs, as your timer will not pause during loads otherwise, which puts you at a huge disadvantage. If you're having difficulties with LiveSplit, please leave a comment or message the SRT speedrunning Discord server. Once you're set up, make sure that SRT and LiveSplit are both visible in your recording. I recommend recording with OBS Studio since that's what I use, but it's entirely up to you. Next, it's good to set an FPS counter, since it is a requirement once your times reach a certain threshold. PC runs must be performed with your FPS capped between 30 to 60 FPS, and an FPS counter helps ensure your runs are verified. Open Steam and enter Settings. Here you will navigate to In-Game and select an option for In-Game FPS Counter. Below that, turn on the High Contrast button, then reopen SRT and check that the counter is visible. And be wary, if the FPS counter is not showing up on your recording, that will need to be fixed. Any questions, comment below or on the Discord server. It's important to check which FPS your game is running on, as 30 FPS is optimal for a run such as Free Any. Spyro has a slightly higher base jump height on lower FPS, which improves consistency with many of the tricks. Higher FPS values have their own uses, such as fast text boxes or quicker gem collection, but this is less useful for Free Any over a run like 117%. If you don't like the way the game looks on 30 FPS, I understand. Just keep in mind that playing on 50 or 60 or somewhere in between will probably create a more challenging run for yourself. Let's start our journey with Sunrise Spring. Good luck and have fun.